Welcome back to the show, Pain into Game. I'm the host, Nino, better known as Yoso. I'm here with my boy, KingPen. How you living, brother?
What up,
you know,
man?
this is episode 4. We recording at Mile High Studios. And tell us about yourself.
Man,
What's the genesis, brother?
KingPen Artworks from Detroit.
In Detroit.
Doing artistry for over 25 years, airbrushing, also music is the love of my life.
Oh, it's a passion?
I also deal with that. So at the end of the day, it's a double head split for that.
It's a double edged sword, double-edged sword, huh?
Double head split on that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I really enjoy both of them.
I like that.
It took me far.
It took you far, and what you trying to do with your life?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Meeting
know.
people and opportunities that it has made for myself.
You gotta love those opportunities, man, because
Very
when you meet people, man, it's like a blessing, man, because
Yes,
like energy attract energy. That's all, you know.
Yes, it is.
You know, that's the laws of attraction.
Yes,
You know, but like you said you're from Detroit. You know, I'm from California, so you know we kind of got like a kindred spirit. You know,
Right.
California and Michigan folks got like a kindred spirit thing. You know what I'm saying? We feel like this like long cousins or something.
Right, correct.
But I would say this. What part of Detroit are you from?
From the west side of Detroit.
On the west side.
7 Mile.
West 7 Mile. Okay.
Same hood, neighborhood that brought you Trick Trick, Aaliyah, countless others, man. I can tell you, that came from my neighborhood. Marvin Gaye used to stay in my neighborhood.
Right. That's funny.
Stevie Wonder grew up in my neighborhood.
That's dope.
So my neighborhood was enriched with talent. It's been like that.
That's crazy, because you said Marvin Gaye was raised in your neighborhood. Marvin Gaye died.
Marvin Gaye actually lived in my neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Not raised, but he lived.
He lived in your neighborhood. Marvin Gaye died in my neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah, right down the street on Adams, man. Wow. Yeah, I stayed on North Adams, L.A., man, the west side of L.A., man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, west side of South Central, man. But
that's crazy.
But as we getting into it, you know what I'm saying? So how was your education level like? You know what I'm saying? Like what was it like coming up? You know what I'm saying? From grade school, middle school, and stuff like that. Like your upbringing.
Grade school was the best for me because that's where I found my calling for the airbrushing.
Mm-hmm. So that's when you tapped in your art.
Yeah, 5th grade. That's when I tapped into it. I had an art teacher named Mr. Jimenez.
Mr. Jimenez. All right.
R.I.P. to Mr. Jimenez. He's dead and gone.
Mm-hmm.
But his legacy is still going on through me.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful
great thing. Yeah, but one day I came to school and he had some equipment and I seen some other kids dibbling and dabbling with it and they wasn't taking it serious.
So that's when you came into play.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? I'll let you, mess around with it and see what you do. So I messed around with it and he seen that I had a niche for it. So he'll let me come in there and just do that every day instead of doing the regular art assignments.
Okay, so you gave some extracurricular activities to do, you know what I'm saying, to expand your mind and your way of thinking about things.
Yeah, that really took it far, man. And then, it got to the point I was charging kids for T-shirts and stuff.
So you had a hobby and you had a hustle.
Yeah,
so you already was new.
Great.
You was getting into your money stages quite early.
Quite early.
Well, it takes most people a lifetime to do that.
And that's a blessing that I was able to figure that out early. Man. Most kids were playing video games and going outside. I was mainly into making sure that I perfect this craft. Right. Always had a passion for it, just second nature basically with it. It
was a second nature to you. So it was like, so it wasn't even a nature, it was like a calling. It catapulted you to it.
Yeah, most definitely. This is just something that I just kept on with, It was like I just couldn't stop doing it.
A niche.
A niche that turned to something else, though.
Well, you gotta love that, man. You gotta love that, man. It's God's blessing on that, man.
It is,
so after you know what I'm saying? So that's 5th grade. All right, middle school, it gets a little bit rougher, know what I'm saying? A little rougher, tough, a little rougher, tougher than love, a little rough around the edges.
I went to Mumford High School, which is the same movie that kind of famous for Eddie Murphy wearing a physical ed T-shirt that he wore in Beverly Hills Cops.
Oh,
right?
okay.
The first one.
The first
right?
one, yeah.
The first
1984,
one, right?
yeah.
The first one. So I went to Mumford High School, and it was rough at times, but it was great. I was able to excel in school, and I had a DECA class that I went to, and it was like structure for people young that were entrepreneurs.
Then this is when it started getting real. High school.
Right.
When high school come around, shit. Well, you know how high school is, man. High school's high school. They have their social classes and everything like that. But after you leave high school, that's when life starts.
Right,
so,
correct.
so tell me that, and then when you got out of high school.
Well, basically, high school for me was like a training class for the real world, in a sense.
Agreed.
Dealing with different people every day, interacting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Different attitudes and things like that. I think that prepared me for the upcoming.
I agree, cause most things out here, life is like a big ass high school. To keep it honest, you know what I'm saying? You got your people that you got this group over here. Right. They don't mess with this group and this and that. And then if you know how to work all these corners, or know how to work a room,
right,
you're gonna be always straight out here. So you know, that's how it is. You got your popular folks, your jocks, your pretty girls, your all right people. You got different flavors.
After that, after high school, I was out here trying to figure it out.
Man. So how long?
Straight.
So how long did you stay in Detroit? You know what I'm saying? Like you grew up in Detroit from like you just after high school and everything you left or whatnot.
Yeah, I left in 2005.
You left in 05?
In 05, out of Detroit, and I moved to Nashville. Well, I moved to actually it's a city outside of Nashville, Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. I'm familiar with Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
there.
Pretty city.
I moved there. It was an experience for me to move and have that opportunity too, because I had to still, just like anybody else that's in an environment, start dibbling, dabbling, doing things that you probably don't need to be doing, and especially when you have talent.
Right.
It's not, something that it's not life quality.
Not life quality?
It's not life quality.
Okay. So what did you feel when you was in Tennessee and it was not life quality? As you being from where you from a big city to a small city, so what did you need to feel to actually say, I need to do something or make moves? What was that?
I mean, moving to Tennessee was a great thing for me.
It slowed you down?
Yeah. I mean, not slow me down, but it gave me a sense of, okay, I'm out here from Detroit, really don't know too many people, so it's time for me to flourish myself and try to find myself as far as being an artist, and
that's
really,
the most important.
Yeah. Then physically and mentally too. At the end of the day, I think it's more of a.
You were grounding yourself.
Yeah.
Grounding yourself.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all.
Yeah.
So tell me about the hip hop shop, man. I mean, I heard you used to dibble dabble. You know what I'm saying? Put my ear to the ground. I heard things about you. You know what I'm saying? What's up with this hip hop shop?
Well, I also Proof is like a cousin to me.
Oh, you talking about the rapper Proof,
right.
From D12.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Movie 8 Mile. Well, not necessarily the movie 8 Mile, but focused on some parts of his life.
Yeah, Proof was Eminem's best friend.
Right.
And R.I.P. Proof.
R.I.P.
Say that.
A legend.
Yeah, big legend in Detroit and beyond. But he used to work with Maurice Malone. Maurice Malone was the owner of the hip hop shop.
Okay.
West 7 Mile.
Okay.
And our store where we were at, airbrushing, was on the same block. Right?
So you were just around just history.
Oh man, I can tell you stories and stories and stories about like Eminem being in there. You know, have them every Saturday they had like a freestyle thing where they'll pack in there and like had an open mic and they going back and forth,
ciphering off.
You get the different rappers from out of town come through and you know and join and this and that.
So it was a collective just talent just flowing through that building.
Then where I work, you know, KingPen airbrushing. It was a collective of artists too as well. See, KingPen airbrushing is a collective of artists. Okay. So it's not just me, it's a few more of us that, you know, consider urban art.
So y'all was like a crew.
We a crew.
It was a crew.
Yeah, so we spread it out now.
Okay.
You know, some in Atlanta, some in different Detroit, some in different places, you know, doing different things. But
expanding.
We still, you know.
So that's where your name came from, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So hell, tell me the man behind the myth of that name as if, you know what I'm saying, you come in the KingPen in Tennessee now, you didn't like spread your gusto, your wings out.
Right. Well, what happened was my cousin was coming to Detroit at times, right? And he would come get his kids and go back to Tennessee,
right?
You know, and he'd always ask me, "Hey man, you want to ride down here? You know, check it out, this and that." I'm like, "Nah."
Nah, I ain't for all that. I ain't for that shit.
You know. One day he came and just life situations were
dire.
You know, and it was just like, you know, I needed to change.
I think we all come. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now I think we all come into a situation where we hit something in life and said, we gotta change, because that's the premise of what I got going on. It's like coming into change. And then as you were coming into change, what happened for you?
I had to notice the change. You know, sometimes we are in a position where we don't understand that the change is right in front of our face.
Sometimes it smacks you in the face and you still don't want to pay attention.
I had to notice the change. And that day he came and he was like, I got some room, I got my kids, I got my dog, but guess what? I got a seat for you. So I grabbed all my stuff and I left Detroit, and I never looked back since.
Was that a hard thing for you to do?
Very hard.
You leaving your hometown?
Very hard. But I knew the chances of making it. Being young, you know, being, you know, where I'm from and situations that can occur, I knew that it was not too many options.
Right. So you only had a few set of options, and then you said to yourself,
they wasn't good.
You know? Yeah, usually when we starting out and venturing off and making that decision, they're usually not that good, but it's either this or that.
Right.
And you got to put it on a scale.
It's the red and the blue pill, right?
It's a red and blue pill effect. You know, something like that movie they call The Matrix, man. Because that's what we living in.
But thank God that I took that switch, and I did that, because it made a very, very powerful impact in my life. And not just for my life, but for other
people around you. Yeah. You know, because
for family members, for friends to see it, to know that, hey man, you can make it too, or you can get out and you can do this and you can do that with yourself. Don't stay in the position where your energy is at the lowest playing ground field.
Right, boxed in.
Boxed in.
Man, and that's the thing, man, because a lot of people have a boxed in mind state.
Right.
And
that's sometimes being in an environment that you in.
I agree. I agree.
Sometimes it takes a chance of you going out and seeing something different to open your mindset and see something. You know?
And this is true. This is true. Right. Like, that's how come I say sometimes it's about who raised you, and also it's about the ability in you to see something great inside yourself.
Correct.
And actually putting foot to ass to go ahead and go see it.
Correct.
And that's a scary thing to do, but it's something that must be done.
I think with the ability to manifest things, you know, I acquired things in my life, and knowing that throughout the trials and tribulations that I might go through, that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I look at things as a learning experience, you know.
To make a way out of no way.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, bro.
Well, let me ask you this question.